the government will announce decisive measures this week to alleviate the devastating effects of the severe dry season that has plagued the northern regions of Ghana. Now, reports indicate that northern Ghana is currently facing a severe drought, raising widespread concerns about food security and the livelihoods of thousands of farmers. The region has been without rain for over 2 months, with the extended dry spell stunting crop growth and leaving farmers with little hope for a successful harvest. The Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana, a key stakeholder in this sector, has expressed significant concern over the situation. Now, to discuss the implication of the drought, we are joined by the Executive Director of the Peasant Farmers Association, Dr. Charles Nyaba. And thank you very much, Doctor, for joining us. Now, let's look at what is happening in northern Ghana and how difficult the coming days will be.
Okay, good morning, and thank you for the opportunity. Let me also say good morning to my colleague farmers across the country. The first correction I would like to make is I am now the former executive director.
Right.
Not the executive director.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, so the situation is really dire. When you travel across the middle belt, now it's not only the northern belt, from June 2024, if you take places around Kintampo, Ejura, Wenchi, Techiman, come down to Atabubu, they've not experienced any rainfall. You come down to northern region, specifically places like Gusiegu, Mion, Yendi, Saboba, Tatale, Chirponi, for the past 2 months have not received any rains. So the first rains that came, few of the farmers planted. We just did our cross-check as at last week, and all those who planted around that time lost their entire farms. Now there were others who also plow, waiting for the rains to come to plant. It hasn't happened, and the rainy season is almost gone. So it means that they cannot plant again. The only areas in the northern part of the country, which is a bit better, is Upper East. But that alone is not enough to address our food security challenges that we are likely to face in going forward.
Right, so what does this mean to the consumer? Should we be prepared to pay more for food?
That is obvious. You know, it's just like a simple demand and supply theory. When supply is lower than demand, prices will go up. Per what is happening, our total acreages will decrease. Total supply will decrease, and prices obviously will go up. What is happening now? If you take commodities like tomatoes, onions, we are currently facing serious crisis because we couldn't produce this season. So the supply is far lower than demand. So what is happening for the other grains like maize, cowpea, groundnut, rice, the price will obviously be lower and the price will go up. So to me, those consumers who have the capacity to buy some of this food stock and store now, it makes sense for them to do that, because the bumper harvest that we would have expected from now to December will not happen for this year.
Now, government is going to announce some measures today. What are your expectations?
So that's what we expected. Actually, we were expecting this to happen quite earlier. Because when the whole thing started, my association has engaged them. We provided them with the information with an update of what is happening. And we never heard anything. So we're worried. It is the reason why last week we had a press conference. So if government is having in place to support farmers with this, with some kind of relief, it's welcome. Our concern only has to do with that. And every year, when situations like this happen, we hear similar promises. But when it comes to the actual delivery, it doesn't happen. That is our major concern. But if government is going to go by the top, then we think that it's a timely intervention.
Right. Former Executive Director of the Peasant Farmers Association, Mr. Charles Nyaba, thank you very much for joining us.